Hi all, welcome to the TestNG video tutorial. So in the last session we saw how can we execute a test method with multiple sets of data using data provider annotation. So in the last class what we did is we created one function where the return type is two-dimensional array of object data type, and if you see here we used the hard-coded values, right? So what if I have to fetch all these values from an Excel sheet? As a good programmer, we are not supposed to use any hard-coded values. So if I have to rely on Excel sheet to fetch all these values, right? So we have already seen like how can we interact with Excel sheet, right? Using Apache POI. So let me just show you that class file. Yeah. So if you see, we had created this class file earlier, right? So if you are not aware of how to interact with Excel sheet using Apache POI, then I will give you the link in the description so you can go and watch that video. So basically this class file we had created to fetch the number of rows present in an Excel sheet and to fetch the number of columns and to fetch a cell value. Okay. So basically we are passing the sheet name as parameter and we are fetching the number of rows. Here also actually we are passing the sheet name as parameter and we are fetching the number of columns. And here actually we are passing the sheet name and row number and column number to fetch the cell value. Okay. And here actually I have written one constructor. So basically it's a parameterized constructor where actually we are initializing the reference variable of workbook interface. Okay. So basically here actually we are telling where our Excel file is located, and we are fetching the file extension, and based on that we are creating object of HSSF workbook or XSSF workbook. Okay, so if the file extension is .xls, then we have to create the object of HSSF workbook, and we need to assign it to the reference variable of workbook. And if the file extension is .xlsx, then we have to create the object of XSSF workbook, and we need to assign it to the reference variable of workbook interface. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a copy of this particular class TestNG runner. Okay, copy, and I will paste it here only. Okay, so this will be our TestNG runner 2. Okay, so here what I can do is I am not going to use all these hard-coded values. Okay, so this is my Excel sheet. If you see, this is my Excel sheet. Okay, so where actually I have written like all the values, right? Like usernames and passwords. Okay, I'm going to fetch from this particular Excel sheet. Okay, so to do that, what I need to do is first I need to create an object of Excel input and output, right? So what to do? So we need to create one object of Excel input and output. So I'll write like this: Excel input and output. Okay, Excel is equal to new Excel input and output. And here what I need to do, here I need to pass file path and file name. Okay, so file path, what I can do is, this is my file path, right? This is my file path. So take this and write it over here. Okay. And what is my file name? If you see what is my file name is testdata.xls. So just write here testdata.xls, right? And it will throw an exception, IO exception. Okay. After that, I just want to know like what is the row size. Okay, I'll give here int row is equal to excel dot get number of rows, and here I need to provide the sheet name. What is my sheet name? My sheet name is login. Okay, just give here login. Okay, then I need to fetch the column number or column size. Excel dot get number of columns. Here also I have to provide the sheet name login. Okay, after that I have to write like this. So here it will be row and here it will be column. Okay, so basically what I will do, the expected result, right? If we are passing invalid credentials or if we are passing valid credentials, the expected result I'm going to write it in the Excel file. Yeah, this is the thing, invalid credentials. I'll go here and I'll write it here, invalid credentials. Here also invalid credentials. Here also invalid credentials, and here it will be dashboard. Okay, and I'll write here expected text, expected text. Okay, I have saved this Excel file. So let's go to our class file. Okay, so after that what I need to do is I just need to write one for loop. So I'll write here for int I is equal to 1, I less than equal to row and I plus plus. Okay, so first for loop is for iterating through your rows, and the second for loop will be iterating through each and every column. Okay, so for int j is equal to 0, because the first row is the header, right? So I have to skip that, but when it comes to column I have to get started with 0. Okay, and j less than equal to column j plus plus. Okay, j, so basically we have to go like this 0 1 2, right? Then what we need to write here is, so data of, and here actually we need to get started with 0 0. So I minus 1 and j is equal to excel dot get cell value, right? Get cell value. So here you need to give login and row number. Here you have to give I, and here you need to give 0. That's it. Okay, so if I go here, okay, so here actually we have to provide j less than column, and here I need to provide I and j. Okay, and yes, so let's just run it and check. Okay, so what is the issue? Okay, so actually my browser version got updated, so I need to download the latest Chrome driver. Okay, so let me just download the latest Chrome driver, then we can execute it. So now I have downloaded the latest Chrome driver and MS Edge driver. So now we can go and execute this script. Okay, so basically here we have to give TestNG runner 2. Okay, because this particular class file is present in Selenium package. Okay, and before running, let me just show you. So this is our class file, right? TestNG runner 2. Okay, so if you see now, we are not using any hard-coded values. Okay, so all these values, I mean all the credentials, we are going to fetch from the Excel sheet. Okay, so let's run it. So now I'll go run as and one TestNG suite. Okay, so the first attempt is successful because we used valid credentials. Okay, so this is the second set of data. The login is in unsuccessful, and this is the third set of data. And this is the fourth set of data. Okay, so it has executed the test method 4 times, and each and every iteration got passed. Okay, so this is the test result. You can see so what all parameters were passed during execution. Okay, and the same you can view in the test execution report also. So if I go to Selenium project test output, and this is our emailable report, right? So you can open with say Google Chrome. Yeah, here also you can see. So our test method was executed 4 times, right? So in the first iteration, these parameters were passed, and in the second iteration, these parameters were passed, and in the third iteration, these parameters were passed, and in the fourth iteration, these parameters were passed. So you can see it in the emailable report as well. Okay, so here actually we executed our script against Chrome browser. So if you change it to Edge, then it will get executed against MS Edge browser. Okay, so this is how we can fetch value from Excel sheet and do parameterization in TestNG using data provider annotation. I hope you found this video informative. Thank you for watching this.